Hello everybody, this is Hollywood Joe again with Hollywood's World of Sports. And I just want to talk to you guys about the backstage meeting that happened on October 8th of 2012. The backstage meeting in WWE before Raw. Vince was very irate from what many reports have said. He removed head writer Brian Gerwertz from his position. He's been in that position for a very, very long time, and I feel bad. The line I got out of that, what people said the main line was, Vince said to his writers, I want results or I want resignations. And, you know, on October 1st, Monday Night Raw scored its lowest rating in its 15-year history, and it was a 2.5 rating, which really isn't bad for normal television, but Vince McMahon has never considered Monday Night Raw a normal television show. That show, I remember, the show wasn't that bad at all, but obviously there was something going on there that people obviously weren't interested in. You fast forward a week later, the one thing you gotta love about Vince is that if he gets pissed off, if he gets mad enough, he takes matters into his own hands, and he took him into his own hands last night by taking on CM Punk, in which, I'll be honest with you, that last 10 minutes of Raw felt like an Attitude Era moment. The camera shook 3 times last night. 1, when CM Punk slapped Vince. 2, when CM Punk and Vince were hitting each other simultaneously with the kendo sticks. And 3, when Ryback came in and clotheslined the hell out of CM Punk. And I want to say this. Vince may be upset, but I'm gonna say it like this. Vince kind of did it to himself. And what I mean by that is Vince McMahon would not be in the position he is now if he wouldn't have funded Linda McMahon's campaign runs for the last two elections for the Senate of Connecticut. Ever since Linda's been in the political view, WWE went PG. And, you know, Vince, there's only so much you can do with a PG rating. There's only so much creativity you can come up with. And so, you know, I've been talking to a few friends, been thinking out loud to myself, what could WWE do better? Number 1, cut some of the meaningless names off the roster that don't belong there. I'm not going to mention names. You viewers out there can do that for yourself. Number 2, John Cena needs to go back to being the doctor of thugonomics, basic thugonomics, and be a heel doing it. People want to see that John Cena, not Super Cena wear different colors every 2 to 3 months. Nobody wants to see that anymore. Number 3, CM Punk needs to lead a stable of Ring of Honor guys. It needs to be CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Antonio Cesaro, who used to be known as Claudio Castaneda, and Cassius Ohno, who used to be known as Chris Hero in Ring of Honor, and Seth Rollins, who used to be known as Tyler Black in Ring of Honor and in the Indies. That would be a great stable, great feud for other stables or other wrestlers to have all of those guys form an alliance together. The next thing is that WWE needs to bring up all the second and third generation stars from NXT, Florida Championship Wrestling, whatever you want to call it now. They need to start using guys like Joe Henning, not Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Henning, Richie Steamboat, Bo Rotunda, Husky Harris, Miss Charlotte, who happens to be Ashley Flair. They shouldn't have let go of Raquel Diaz, who is Eddie Guerrero's daughter. They need to bring up all the second and third generation guys, give them their last names that their fathers or mothers or other relatives wrestled by, and get name recognition back in the WWE. I really thought it'd be a good idea for that to happen, because there's a lot. All those guys, all those second, third generation guys, have it in their blood, have it in their DNA to be successful. Look at guys like Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr., who needs a push, by the way. Randy Orton, just to name a few guys that have been very successful because of their father's names. I know some of them will never be the magnitude of what their predecessors were, but I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to hear names like Henning, Rhodes, Flair, Guerrero, Steamboat, Rotunda? Those names say it all. And you know, that's another thing. Also, you know, I like what Triple H is doing, bringing more tag teams, but just don't form these idiotic teams like the Rhodes Scholars and Team Hell No. I mean, they're all great and everything, but bringing legitimate tag teams from the indie scene, or bringing legitimate tag teams from, you know, stealing from Ring of Honor if you must. But the tag team division needs to be big again. The Cruiserweight division needs to be big again. And I'll be honest with you. Monday Night Raw is great. SmackDown's great. But Superstars needs to be back on TV. So does NXT should be on TV, in my opinion. Needs to be on some small channel like I don't know, maybe like go back on, you know, the CW network of some sorts. But you know, WWE's got a lot of programming right now, but some of it they're not using it wisely. Obviously, they use Raw, SmackDown, and NXT very wisely. To me, Superstar should be a like show dedicated to like Lucha Libres, Luchadors, Cruiserweights, whatever you want to call it. Bring back the Cruiserweight division, and bring back the Cruiserweight title. No, I mean, that would be great things. And you know, maybe hate to say it, but maybe even bring back the Hardcore title. Start letting people use weapons again. You know, I know there's a no blood policy now, which is dumb and really lessens the effect of certain matches. But let guys bleed, for God's sakes. Don't have a referee go in there and wipe the blood away. You know, it's stuff like that that irritates me. You know, I was thinking about WrestleMania 29 coming up next year, and I was talking with a guy about the possibility of some matches. And you know, there's some thoughts that come to my head about what WrestleMania should look like. There's all these talks about 3 big matches of, you know, Rock versus Cena 2, Triple H versus Lesnar 2, Punk versus Austin. But I say this is the match I propose for WrestleMania 29. A six-pack match with an hour time limit. Whoever has the most falls in an hour wins the WWE Championship. Hour time limit. Can't go wrong with it. So 6 guys being Triple H, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and John Cena. 6-pack challenge. And it would create for a lot of great storylines, I believe. You would rekindle Rock Austin. You would continue Triple H Lesnar. You'd continue Cena Punk. You would get Cena Lesnar back involved. Get Triple H back involved with Rock and Austin. Get Punk involved with Lesnar, which was another dynamic. Add Paul Heyman in there. Have him be conflicted about who he'll represent between Punk and Lesnar. So many possibilities with a 6-pack challenge match like that. And I'll be honest with you, Vince, God, I hope somebody from WWE is listening to me right now. That would be the biggest match you could ever make at a WrestleMania, is that 6-pack challenge I just mentioned right there. 1 hour, most falls, and that 1 hour wins. Yeah, it'd be a glorified Iron Man match with more than 2 guys, but hell, why not? And all 6 men have different styles in the ring, so you can't get much better than that. And it would be a great chance, a great chance to let CM Punk's legend build a little bit more and give John Cena one last big match, because Cena's not old, but man, he's wearing down. He's injury prone all the time, and who knows how much longer he'll last. But another match that I thought about was Ryback versus Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight title. That needs to happen. Ryback is on a roll, and Dolph Ziggler is the guy that people want as World Heavyweight Champion. End of story. There's no doubt about that in my mind now. Then the next match you could have, and I've been thinking about this, if Undertaker comes back, who takes on The Undertaker? Turn Sheamus heel. Sheamus is not believable as a face anymore. He is a straight up good heel. With that being said, the other match I thought about was with 4 of the Ring of Honor guys. Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Cassius Ohno, and Antonio Cesaro. Fatal 4-way match. Intercontinental title. Doesn't get much better than that. Also, have those are 3 matches right there that would steal the show, undoubtedly. I just mapped out, 3 matches that people would buy, people would pay to see. Then you probably ask yourself, what do you do with other guys like The Big Show and Wade Barrett and Randy Orton? Well, Randy Orton, I think Randy Orton needs to be heel again. Randy Orton versus, I don't know, another 2nd or 3rd generation guy. Have Randy Orton team with, there's a match, a 6-man tag match. Have Randy Orton get back together with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. and have him take on Richie Steamboat, Joe Henning, and I don't know, Bo Rotunda, and have a generations match or something like that. Where the fathers get involved or the relatives get involved. There's just so many things that WWE could do that they don't think about because they don't have fans. Because to me, the fans should decide creative. All these idiots you got writing creative have no idea what the fans want. I just, it's mind-boggling to me how clueless creative writers are. They're not listening to the fans, and more importantly, the fans aren't getting what they want for the most part right now. I don't know. It's just WrestleMania is a long ways away still. They got time to plan. But those are just some of the ideas on how to make WWE better. And another thing that could be done better is I really think R-Truth needs to go back to being heel, being all crazy and goofy like he was 2 years ago, even a year ago. And he needs to go back doing that. It was good television every week. Other guys that really need to get noticed. Jack Swagger needs to get back on a roll. Kofi Kingston needs to break out again. And just, there's just so much I can come up with, but I'm not going to sit here and continue to, beat a dead horse into the ground about what WWE and Vince McMahon could do better. Well, like I said, what I saw on October 8th edition of Monday Night Raw with Vince McMahon, CM Punk, and Ryback, that's got momentum now. They need to continue the momentum. They need to start pushing the edge again. They need to start coming up with OMG moments, as the DVD, had. Just so many moments that could be made if they just did it right. So, with that being said, this is Hollywood Joe from Hollywood's World of Sports. Remember, controversy doesn't come without criticism. And check out the website, hollywoodsworldofsports.com. And let me know your thoughts, views, and opinions, guys. Always love to hear them. Thanks again.